Bluetooth, go. Bluetooth, go. Jiminy Crickets, man. Jiminy Crickets. What is going on? Just trying to make a video, man. Just trying to make a video. Man, the struggle is real today. Let me tell you. I don't even know where to start. That candy machine, God, needed so much work. Oh, I know where to start. I'll start by saying, never buy a Rhino Pro brand new. Don't do it. Do not do it, right? All the things to stay away from, right? Do not waste your money on buying candy machine location leads ever, right? Save your money. And I'm telling you right now, do not ever buy a Rhino Pro. Not one of those, okay? Don't do it. I can't say it enough. And the thing is, I bought so many of them. I bought so many of them. Brand new. And I was like, oh my God. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. I know I have to learn the really hard way, right? I gotta learn the hard way, and then I gotta learn some more before I actually make the change, right? And so, heed my warning. Fellow candy artisans, do not use one of those. You're asking why? Why does he keep saying it? Why don't you tell me why? Well, I had to gut 3 of those canisters today. And if I would have just bought a different style machine, I could have literally just pulled the entire bucket out, pour the contents out, tinker with the machine, clean it up, and then pour the contents back in, right? I can't do that. I gotta sit there. First of all, I have to have an empty jar, an empty container, or 2 or 3. And then I gotta sit there with a glove on, and I gotta scoop all this out by hand, making a mess, very time consuming, all right? Labor intense, scoop, 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 scoop. And then guess what? You know, I gotta finger fuck the bottom of the machine, right? I gotta fiddle around so that all the ones that I can't scoop up anymore, I gotta kind of, and now I gotta put quarters in and have it like dispense down through so that I can get to the screws to unscrew it, take everything out, right? Times 3 times every machine that's out there that's of that brand. Dude, that's not fun. That is not fun at all. It's far from it. And it's time consuming. Worst of both worlds. And then all of a sudden, whenever I work on the other machines, because I have a couple of them at least starting to come around. The Vevers are great. All right, those comes right off, pour the contents right out. You know, you can take the whole container out. I think the guy said it's Vending Star. I'm not sure what the actual name brand is, but I do have like Triple Time, like the best ones that I can find. They look really good. They're airtight. That's another thing. Don't get me started. They're airtight, and the canisters come completely off. Convenience at its finest. Right? So the security, right? There's air getting in there, causing the candy to go bad. At least I think. Disclaimer. And so I had to gut out. I had to change the M&Ms, and even though, and it was like that crunchy, I don't want to say pasty, but crumbly look. And then oxidized look, so all of a sudden the front panel where you can see out of the M&Ms, they don't look like black chocolate, they look like oxidated gray crumbly color, like a super light brown, which isn't good. And then the rest of them look relatively okay. So I don't want to say that the entire canister's wasted, but I definitely can't put it in a nicer location, right? Those M&Ms got downgraded, and so they're gonna have to get downgraded on the location of the quality of machine that they can now be reused in, right? So I can put them maybe at a mechanic type shop, tire shop, right? Those, and I was saying, it's good to have some of these grade B or C locations so that you can downgrade your machines to them, and you can downgrade your candy to them, and right? Because you never know when you're gonna buy a used candy machine, or if your candy is gonna get partially downgraded, right? It's too good to throw away, you know what I mean? If I did, I would lose out on what, $15, $16, because that's how much a container of regular priced M&Ms cost. Man, and then they were just so overflowed. Yeah, so dude, honestly, I can't stress this enough, and to myself, right? If you buy a used machine for a good price, fine, it's all good, whatever, do your thing, you know what I mean? But new machines, dude, Vevers or like those triple times, right? Especially number one, those canisters. Number two, the preservation of the candy, right? I can't stress that enough. Because they're just so much more put together with better material that is just so locked up, airtight, the candy stays good. It's just what I've noticed time and time again, right? This location is technically indoor, but it's partially, you can consider it indoor, outdoor, right? The doors are open, it's a small little hut, it's surrounded by the outside, there's no air conditioning on, there's no preservation of like the inside type air temperature. And so I'm sitting there with overflowed M&Ms that don't look good. I'm sitting there with overflow Skittles, which at the bottom started getting a little stuck. I can't confirm nor deny that it wasn't dispensing properly. Oh my God, now that we're talking about dispensing, there must be a ghost or something, because I could have sworn, it is October, right? So 'tis the season to be spooktacular. Jesus fucking Christ, right? Gotta get some of those in, right? Dude, the dispensing, I could have sworn the ghost must have switched it, because I could have sworn I tinkered that location into proper amounts dispensing. Maybe I did it, and maybe I still did it wrong. Maybe it was even worse, and I lessened the worst, and now I'm even more coherent and smarter when it comes to this stuff, and realize that was still not good enough. So I had to gut the whole machine, not because the candy was bad. Now I gotta gut the machines because they're dispensing too much. Now I gotta get the machines because like the Starburst were too soft, and I noticed on a couple practice balls, eventually got to 0, which is my red alert indicator saying the machine's not working properly, something is stuck, and it needs maintenance, right? I can't have that. I don't want to go back to this location. Oh shit, I forgot to put on my sticker with my contact information, right? My maintenance sticker. Oh shit, I forgot to put the cups, the little cups, so that they could pour out more. Damn it. Maybe if I didn't have garlic that spilled out into my pocket all over the keys and all over my stuff, and now I'm digging in and it just has a bunch of garlic over everything. I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting all of this. Yeah, this is a complaint rant. Why? It's part of the business. Listen, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to talk about rainbows and gold at the end of it, right? Pots of gold. No. You want the skinny? You get the fat today, baby. All right? Because that's what's going on. So guess what? Now I got to gut out the Starburst. And now I got to say, oh, I got to put in another candy. Hey, guess what? At least I came prepared with an alternative candy. Because what would I do then? If I didn't have empty jars or container or something to throw this candy in, which I needed about 3. I had to sub some other materials that I didn't want to use, but I had to make room so I can work. You need some empty containers. You gotta have them on you. You gotta have some alternative candy. You gotta have them on you. So thank God I had a specialty gumball with the label. What's the point of putting in a specialty gumball if you don't put in the label? Now they don't know that they're getting something special, right? So I put in, what was it? Not ice cream sundae, not cotton candy, birthday gumballs, okay? Birthday cake. So good thing I had birthday cake gumballs on me. So I got rid of the Starburst, right? I put in the, it's too sunny, it's too warm out. Maybe later for the cold I can come back to them. But I want to make my life easy, I just spent probably 2 hours on this machine gutting it out. And working on it. And then, right, so back to the amount that it was dispensing, oh my God. 20 M&Ms, 20-ish Skittles. Say goodbye all the profit on this collection video because I didn't make anything, right? I made a learning lesson. With all the candy that potentially wasted, I mean, I want to be confident that if I put these Starbursts in like a cold room temperature, or if they just get out of the sun, they'll solidify and I'll be able to use them once again. And like I said, I can downgrade those M&Ms and still use them for now. But Jesus Christ. And then, okay, so what got done? I tinkered the machine so it's dispensing properly. Unless another ghost comes in there, unless I didn't do it, unless I did it wrong, it's for sure is dispensing properly around 12 pieces this time. Which is still generous. It's just what it needs to be at. So that means I fixed both the M&Ms and the Skittles. I gutted out the Starburst. Don't forget, I gotta clean the inside of these machines as well because there's candy stuck in there. You don't want a bunch of dust, candy, crumbles coming out with your M&Ms. You don't want some Starburst like getting stuck on the dispense area, right? I gotta clean them out, dude, so everything works properly. Good thing I had the birthday cake. I poured them in. Oh, and then also, I mean, there was almost 2 barrels full of Skittles. When will I learn that I'm putting in too much candy? Some locations, I feel like I can justify it. What deserves a justification? Well, temperature, right? Type of candy, and the area where the location of the actual machine. This happens to be in the hood that I frequent most often. I can have lower risk variance by just keeping it less candy. And the worst thing that happens is I run out of candy and have to fill it up. Running out of candy sounds a lot better than candy going to waste, or being in there too long to where it melts or starts, causing clogging issues. And so finally I learned my lesson and I lowered it to the appropriate amounts, which is not all of this, right? Before I was like, oh, just use one of these, that's a good amount. Too much. Half to maybe 2/3. sure it's a farther away location and you have the right candy. At that point, yeah, throwing at least one full size of these, I probably wouldn't do more than that, and you should be good. Jesus, man. Well, good thing I went, because who wants a machine that's not working properly? How much money did I collect? How much money was in the machine? About $26 minus 20%. It's $5.25, right? Rounded. So I made $21. Now the nice thing is I don't think it's been that long. It's been somewhere between, I think, 1 and 2 months. If that's the case, those numbers are good. Can we hold those numbers with switching out the starburst, or was that the main attraction? We don't know, because once again, another reason why I don't like those machines is because the back of them, where the quarters drop out, those individual square little containers, they don't do jack fucking shit. They don't do anything. The only thing they do good for me is used to has a weight container to pour my quarters on the weight machine. That's the only good they do. And if that's really the case, I can keep one of them with me to bring with the weight machine and then put it on. Even though the weight machine comes with a mini scale, which is a fix, right? I just don't always bring it in, and so then those come in handy. Those things suck. They don't do anything. They're a waste. And it's one more reason. Oh, on top of that, it's not just a waste, but now I have to scoop the whole quarters with my hands and put them into an envelope or whatever, one of those bank containers, versus just pulling out one entire container and then pouring it out. So once again, it's inconvenienced. It's inconveniencing me. It's costing time, and it doesn't do anything. So many reasons why those machines suck, man. You know, I would love to sell them all off at one point and replace them with all the machines that I love. Why not, right? Why work with something like that? I still would have had to do some work, but I could have got it done probably in a fraction of the time. If this took 2 hours, I'm confident I could have at least done it in 4, I would say. Or, excuse me, half, I would say, in an hour. Anyways. Man, my goal was to go up to LA and to work on some cereals, but now that it's 2:20, we're talking about major traffic hours. I feel like my time can probably be spent somewhere else. But the thing is, what good is a location if I don't even have samples, right? I got one Aussie bowl shop up there. They still have the old bags. They have no samples. He put them in his own container, so they don't have any shelf talkers. And so you can consider that location not even a location because it's not even set up properly, right? And then it's like, if I go so long without checking back, the guy's thinking, you know, if I'm not putting in the effort, why should he? You know what I mean? So I got to go up there. I got to fully stock it. If I got to send traffic today, I got to send traffic today. Now, initially, I thought I'd be heading up there around noon. Getting up there by 1, working on this stuff. 2, I could probably bounce out, make it out of the traffic. But now, because California is so messed up when it comes to the traffic game, because they don't care about putting our tax dollars into our economy and putting more roads and freeways, realizing that there's more people on the road every day than all of us have a poor economy, and we just spend our life sitting in traffic. Welcome to California. Oh, hey, I got the work done, you know? So the nice thing is it should be easy breezes, you know? I wiped it down, made it look clean, everything's working, dispensing properly, and so the next time, and all the levels look good, you know? And if I can just get in a rhythm of that amount and what it takes in time to get to the bottom of that amount, well, then I can know how often I should be servicing that location. One other major hurdle that I have that I haven't complained enough about, because it's such a big deal, it's such a huge issue, is my phone stopped saving my notes on Google Maps. And I know you can't understand how frustrating and torture this is and how bad it is for business. I'm going to tell you, it's bad. Okay? So for instance, if I want to put a note in, I can't. I'll put in the note with all the information of what happened today, and then it'll just erase. It'll just vanish like it was never there to begin with. And I keep typing in notes hoping that it works differently. I'm confident though that when I go onto my computer, my laptop, and I type in these notes on Google Maps, it works and it saves. But I'm telling you, like, trying to take screenshots of my notes and then plugging them in when I get home at night, like, I don't want to. That's like, dude, the time consumption of doing that over time will be enough to justify buying a new phone. It's the only solution that I can think of, which is the funny thing, because it's like, oh, when someone gets a new phone, they check out if like everything's working properly, like the sound and like the screen and internally. And me, I'm gonna go straight onto Maps, try to save something and see if it saves. If it does, I'll keep the phone. If it doesn't, I'll probably return it. I'm trying to delete all the apps off my phone that I don't need, trying to like free up storage, even though storage isn't fully, taken up. I just can't figure it out, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, it is so important for any of these businesses to have success, to be able to, I mean, I'm telling you, every time I make a cold call, whatever we talked about, I save it, right? I have to. Whenever I do service on a location or on the candy, the cereal, it's always a note on there, and there's really no substitution for Google Maps. I've looked. There's no, and it's like, it's just something I never expected to happen. And if you really wanted to find a ghostly way, which is like, no pun intended, because it's like a ghost. It's like my ghost writing that just disappears. That's really one great way to just strip me of my success. I think that's it. Like I said, this is what you're gonna have to deal with. Or you can just learn from this and maybe do it right the first time. Save yourself the headache. Buy the right machine, put the right candy in, put in, put in the right amount, and you'll probably be better off. Oh, the owner of that shop came in as I was tinkering for 2 hours, what felt like forever. And all of a sudden he's like, hey, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, hey, what's going on, And we chatted for a moment. I tried to be really nice and cordial and, enthusiastic, because that's what the type of people like to work with, right? And he was like, oh yeah, the kids love it. And I was like, oh man, it makes me feel, I love hearing that. And I really do love hearing that, you know what I mean? Because he's using an adjective to describe the machine, and his word is love, right? Kids love it, right? That might be not proper context, but you know what I'm trying to say is, the guy describes the machine. Oh, kids love it. Oh, okay, great. So you think of the machine, you think of kids loving it. Love the machine, love the machine, right? And then his next other key question that stood out was, or comment was, are you making any money off of this? And it's a good question, you know, because how do I want to answer that? You know, do I want to say, not really, not really, like all the wasted candy and all the mistakes I make, you know, and this is a slower location, and you know the candy's going bad, and I feel like it's just costing me money and time, and he's gonna be like, wow, you know, I wasn't expecting all that, and nor do I enjoy hearing that, right? No one wants to hear that. Oh, you're having a bad time, you're not making it. Well, then why are you doing it? Why are you here? Get it, you know, take it out of my shop, you know, if it's such a pain in the ass, you know? And so it's like, you don't have to just go straight for the gut throat, you know, like straight answer, you know, like, no. So how did I respond? I was just like, modestly speaking, because, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, money, oh, the money, oh, right? No, because then he's gonna be like, oh shit, this guy's making too much money, I'll just get my own, kick him out, right? So it's like, I don't want to be under the impression that I'm making a ton of money, and I don't want to be under the impression that I'm making no money having a horrible experience, because those are two heavy sides of the spectrum that I feel like wouldn't be good answers, right? And this is just based off, well, just what I think. And so I told him, like, in a modest way, I'm like, yeah, you know, yeah, it's pretty good, you know? It's like that Jiminy Jillikers, you know? It's like, yeah, you know, like, I'm making some effort, you know, I'm making some quarters, you know? Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Yeah, they like, yeah, I do it for the kids, you know? You know, it's more, you know, it's passion, you know, it's passion. I do it for the passion. I do it for the passion. Yeah, no, it's not about the money. It's about the passion. Yeah, you know, I just got a passion. Let's go! And I got way too much to do for you just sitting here on a green. Baby doll, she says. Anyways, you know, I can rant for a lifetime. I don't think I deserve it until the next video. I'll tell you this though, for some reason you made it this far, you got some good knowledge out of it, you know? I don't want to be the one to say like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, right? It's not why I'm doing it, but you know, just remember there's other gumballers out there in the making. They're not able to see these videos because of the YouTube algorithm, right? But if you like it and you comment, right, that pushes this video up towards letting more people see it. You know what I mean? And I gotta be honest with you, the type of videos that are out there for vending, they're great. They're great. And I think also they can be totally sugar-coated, right? To where they just, and maybe it is sugar-coated because it is, maybe they're that much better and it's just easier for them. Or they're leaving out all the real work and they're just showing you, you know, the sweet stuff. And so, you know me, dude, sweet and sour, dude. I'm not here to let you know, like, oh, hey, you should be a vendor. Look how much money I make. Look how easy this is. You like passive income? Come this way. No. I'm here. I'm trying it out. You know what I'm about. I'm trying to fight financial freedom. I want to see if this can actually be a way, right? I want to know if I get to 100 candy machines and if I lower my expenses, can I live off of it? You know, can I make $1,500? Can I make $2,000, you know, in profit a month? That's what I want to know. How many candy machines will it take? I'm willing to at least try 100. so that I can have actually like some real numbers to work with. You know what I mean? I want to give it a real effort. So I am. And I told myself that I'm getting 100 candy machines, you know, because that's how bad I don't want to work a 9 to 5 anymore. You know what I mean? So I got to give this a serious effort. I'm getting sidetracked with my other side hustles, which isn't bad, but I was thinking maybe I shouldn't be focused on 3 different side hustles, and maybe I should be focused on one and really just put all my attention focus on that one, because now it's getting dispersed. Although the cereal and the candy go somewhat hand in hand, because I can kind of multitask them together when I go venture out, right? Anyways, I got so much to do. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of this journey that we're going on together. All right. Oh man, that was a tough one today. Tough one, bros. All right, peace.